Another indice about how terrible Australia is right now, and we love this country. I don't want to talk it down. I don't care who the government is. You don't want to talk it down, but here's some reality. Remember when Kevin Rudd was going to cure Australia of homelessness? A little bit like no child was going to live in poverty in 1990. Well, guess what? There are more homeless people than ever before in the history of the country. The MCG has got about 110, 120,000 seats. That's not enough for all the people that are homeless around the country. When the census was taken, 123,000 people didn't have a fixed address. They are the ones that are homeless. To give you an idea here, of course, it's mostly men, but we're not allowed to talk about that, so the indices that we do have here. Kids under 12, about 17,000 of them. Happy with that, country? Heading in the right direction, are we? When 53,000 women are homeless in this country? What about the number of people who've worked their whole life and have nothing? 20,000 people. That's up 4%, but it's all okay. The adults are in charge. The front end of the plane's happier than ever. But the reality is that 123,000 people have got nowhere to live in this country. Amazingly, there is problems all over the country, including in the Northern Territory, where the wait for public housing can be as long as 10 years. A perfect example was a woman who spoke to SBS about her circumstances, that her and her family are now living in a tent. We're good with this, we're happy with it, we're cool. This country takes more tax than it's ever taken in its history, with more people working than ever before in its history, with more human beings here than ever before, but guess what? 120,000. The MCG full of people currently have nowhere to live. And TV hosts, they're full of emotion when they actually have to confront a person who doesn't have somewhere to live.
Well, some nights I don't get enough sleep and some nights I can, but I've also got to give a shout out to Emmanuel City Mission, because without them I would not have food, clothes on my back, or have a shower every day. I see heaps of people doing it rough, and majority of the people I see doing it rough in parks is actually teenagers. We have been looking, putting our name down for houses. It's just been too expensive to rent, and we just would like help trying to get a house.
Yeah.
Or a roof over our head.
Oh, the sympathy of billionaires. Just helping out, but thanks very much for the bit. Move on. Let's talk about the showbiz coming up. What's happening in Hollywood? As opposed to using the platform to talk about these things like we do each and every day. 123,000 people are homeless in the country right now.